What's up, guys? This is Bo Bassett here. Today I want to talk a little bit about what FCA Wrestling has done for me, my family, and all the people around me. FCA Wrestling is something that has really blown up over the past couple of years. It's been around for a long time, but man, it has changed my life and so many lives around me that I know of. So a little bit about my story and how I got connected with FCA Wrestling, right? It was back in 2021. I was going to the Cadet World Championships in Budapest. And our Team USA had a really good coaching staff, and we had a team chaplain, and his name was Coach Hess, right? He's one of the leaders of FCA Wrestling. And so I was out at Worlds, right? I ended up coming home with World Gold, which was still one of the best experiences my whole entire life, right? Winning World Gold, there's nothing like it. But really one of the biggest things, probably just as big, that I learned that weekend, that week, was about FCA Wrestling. All the opportunities that it would bring, all the connections I would have, all the people that I would meet. Right, and so FCA Wrestling, I was introduced to it in Worlds at Budapest 2021. Coach Hess, he would pray with me and my dad. He was a really amazing guy. Right? He helped us on and off the mat. A lot of respect for him and get me introduced to FCA. And so it doesn't end there, right? So I stayed connected with Coach Hess through the next couple of weeks, months. I'm still connected with him now, years later, obviously. But he got me in connections, right? And then I ended up going to Olympic Training Center. After I won World Gold, I got a lot more wrestling opportunities as well. So I went out to Olympic Training Center to a senior level world camp, world team camp. So I wasn't with other cadets and juniors like these guys were senior level. So I'm talking the Jordan Burroughs, the Kyle Snyders, the guys like that were all there, right? So you have tough wrestling, growing days, right? And then at the last session of the first day I was there, right? Again, I was starstruck, all these amazing wrestlers around me, and I'm having the opportunity to learn from them on the mat. But Kyle Snyder stood up, and he just wanted to remind everyone that there was a Bible study that night, right? And I believe it was the Gold Room or something at 7 p.m. And for me, I was like, man, that was a long day, but you know what? I'm going to take advantage of every opportunity that I have. I always do. I've done that my whole life. That's what my parents have preached to me. And so I took advantage of it. I've never went to a Bible study like that ever before, right? I had always known God and believed in God, prayed and stuff, but never at a level like this. And so absolutely I took advantage of that opportunity. And so I go in there. And, it just blew my mind. All the guys that were winning world titles and having a ton of success, right, at the senior level were all there. Everyone was there. They had their Bible or they had their phone with the Bible app, right? And they were all there and, reading God's Word, going over God's Word, discussing and throwing ideas off of each other. And so to me, that was extremely powerful because, the people around you preach God and they tell you about how important He is in your life, but it doesn't really hit home until your role models and your heroes preach the exact same thing, if not even more. And so I was in there and learned so much that first night. And it just so happened we had one pretty much every night, a Bible study led by guys at FCA. I remember there was some FCA people there in attendance, but there was a few Bible studies where the wrestlers would lead, Snyder would lead, or whoever it was, and it was just an amazing experience for me. And then at a camp a couple months later, I went back to the OTC. It was a different chaplain from FCA, a different team leader, and his name was Jose Campo. And so Jose is an unbelievable person as well. And for some reason, he just really, got to know me and my guys from my high school. We went out to Olympic Training Center for another senior level world camp and was super amazing with us. Gave us an unbelievable experience, right? He was at every Bible study, obviously, and he was at every practice. And we ate lunch with him one time, and he basically explained to us how he came to Jesus and his faith and his life. And, I'm still in contact with him as well. I see him all around the country at different tournaments, and he's an amazing resource for me. So that's how I met Coach Hess and Coach Jose Campo. And then recently, right, at all the biggest tournaments, they're there, right? They're there at the U.S. Open. They're there at the Olympic trials. And they have Bible studies before the tournaments. They're willing to pray for you before your matches. All that stuff was so powerful to me. And I can tell you since 2021, summer of Budapest, where I won World Gold, my life has changed so much for the better, right? Not only in wrestling, in life, my social life, right? Just being closer to my friends and family around me, and obviously, ultimately, being closer with God. Everything has improved since that time. And I think that for me, man, that is the biggest thing that I could have taken from the week in Budapest. And the same week I win World Gold, I think what's more valuable to me is coming to know Jesus and being a part of that FCA team led by Coach Hess, Coach Jose, Coach Pete's also out there. Shout out to those guys. They're amazing. And man, without their weekly check-ins, right? Pretty much daily. I'm texting back and forth, sharing ideas. They're sending me just inspirational God's word and stuff almost daily, but if not weekly. And so it's amazing what they can do to change lives. I can firsthand say that they've changed my life. And, I've been able to try to put that onto others through my social media posts, right? I wear socks that are created by Pathos. It's just a company, again, that just worships God, right? And it's a way to express myself through gear, through apparel, right? I wear a cross on my sock, and then there's a Bible verse, different Bible verses on each socks, but I like to wear the white and gold ones, Philippians 4:13. So it's pretty amazing that I'm able to do that and share God's word, because without winning world gold, without that week there where I got to meet Coach Hess and now FCA Wrestling and Coach Jose and Coach Pete, all of these people have changed my life, and now it's time that I try to change others' lives as well. So I appreciate everything that FCA Wrestling has done for me, and without them, my life wouldn't be the same. So I appreciate it, and have a blessed day.